Thank you for joining
Hello,
us.
ma'am.
How are
Hello,
you?
ma'am.
Hello.
I'm doing well. I'm doing well. How are
So,
you?
Shubh is one of the students who applied through Education Japan, and he secured 50% scholarship also. We will be talking more about that and other things with Shubh. So, Shubh, your brief intro, please.
Hi, guys. I'm Shubh Shukla. I'm native from Lucknow, and there's not there's a lot of things I want to tell about myself, but I'll keep it short. I'm a coder, and I've been a certified coder from Coder USA, and I handle basically the north region of India, and that's all about me. And if you have any queries or anything, you can text me and DM me. I'll share my link on ma'am's channel, and then we can coordinate. Yeah, that's all.
Thank you, Shubh. So, which school are you from, Shubh?
I'm from City Montessori School, Cambridge section.
In Lucknow, right?
Yeah,
So,
in Lucknow. In Lucknow.
right. All right. So, Shubh, first and foremost, why Japan? Why did you think of applying to Japan?
There were various reasons. Honestly, so I'll just keep it short because I don't want to talk about a lot of things and then bore you around. So basically, there were two reasons that I chose Japan and not any other Western countries or countries like Australia. So basically, first, the reason I chose Japan was the first time when I went there for a Sakura Science Exchange program in 2023 March. So I experienced something that is relatively very stronger in Japanese people other than USA and Australians, which is the ability to grow over time. Basically, you might have heard about the Japanese innovation and Japanese techniques that are required that makes you punctual and disciplined. In similar way, that those conditions I thought that would be more appropriate for me to grow as an individual after pursuing any bachelor's or master's degree from there. And that's one thing that I mainly focused on because Japanese people are extremely good, man. When I visited there, there was not even a single thing that point that I had to point out about Japanese were wrong. So that was one main reason. Second of all, the crime. If you talk about the crime rates in Japan and compare any other country, it is significantly low. Because as a student, my parents was itself worried about how will you survive there, what are the conditions that are happening right now. Because if you consider US, I follow pages that provide me with the information, and I have seniors also there that constantly are in touch with me, and then they just tell me every now and then that the crime rates are significantly higher in US. Basically, every week we significantly hear a murder or any significant crime that happens with Indians. I leave out the American peoples that are significantly happening with Indians. So as a student, I myself want to feel secure if I'm going in a country. And education is obviously the important part, but my safety is first and foremost important. Yeah, there was the two significant main reasons that I chose Japanese people and Japan as a country.
All right. So, I'm just, summarizing all the things that you said. So, basically, you chose Japan for its innovation. You thought you went
Yeah.
there for Sakura Science Fair for the first time in 2023. And that helped you to make up your mind and take a decision that you want to study in Japan because you observed the kind of innovation that Japan has, right? Then you spoke
Yeah.
about the culture, hospitable culture of Japan, right? People are
Yeah.
nice and they are very warm, welcoming. Safety is another fact, right? So safety, when you compare it with other countries, probably I mean, it is the safest of all, and there is no
Yeah.
crime against
True.
any particular nationality. There's no hatred or discrimination. So definitely, parents feel safe. So I have been speaking to your father also, right, all along, and of course, one of the concerns, primary concerns, are about safety of students, and I think you just said that bang on that Japan is the safest place. Any
Exactly.
impressions of Japan from your first visit when you landed there and you were taken aback with something? A couple of
Being
impressions of
being
Japan.
very honest about the trip, it was something I didn't believe until I was in the hotel. I was checking in. I was like, oh damn, I'm in Japan right now. Because the international trip by itself always fun, because I also visited US back then, and then I didn't find that kind of culture there. because it was quite similar, even though they were, obviously the change in innovation and everything is there. But, that amount of freshness, that basically the first impression was fabulous, because the moment we landed there, the weather, it was very good. The complete drizzling, and the cherry blossoms and everything were there. That was the time we visited. And then when we went to the upper Japan, the Hokkaido region, it was fabulous. The students, we were greeted by the students that were there, the student exchange program, and then the conversations that we had with them. Although there was a language barriers, but we still managed to bang on. We still managed to communicate with each other and understands the personal hardships that we have in each of our lives. And to be honest, I still have the contacts of those people. And the moment I posted a story on my Instagram that I'm going to Japan, all of them were like, "Oh, we have to visit us. Please let us know when you're coming." So that's that kind of atmosphere really warms you, because if I'm going in a country where I don't know anything, so even if I have somebody to help me out, that's gonna be really good. Even though if I go into any country, I would have my seniors or anybody there. But actually having the citizens of there will actually benefit you in a very financial way also, and in a very cultural way also.
Right, absolutely. So Japanese are really warm, right? Very welcoming.
True.
All right. So Shubh, you don't know any Japanese, right? You don't know any Japanese.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I was. The moment the trip was planned, the Sakura Science Exchange, I was like, we have to only go 7 days. Why to learn Japanese for the short period of time? And then when I applied, I thought I'll learn after my 12th grade. So I've been postponing it. But when I applied for the university, there were courses that were available in English. And preferably, I chose an English course because I don't want myself to be stuck in Japan. Because if I'm completing my bachelor's degree, I want myself to have the option of going abroad from Japan. Basically, shifting myself to another country. Because I myself as a student, I want to explore. I want to study in a different environments. I've known the international bureaucrat environment of India. I want to explore it from the perspective of a Japanese. I might want to explore it from the perspective of a US citizen. But that's not what I want. But just in case, if I want, I'm keeping my options, open. If I study Japanese, that might be, keeping me restricted inside Japan. So, as a personally, it would be beneficial if you know Japanese, but it's not a requirement that you have to have no Japanese in order to apply to Japanese universities.
Yeah. So this is the problem. Most students think they have to know Japanese to study in Japan.
Yeah.
So Shubh has, even now, he doesn't know any Japanese. I have been pushing him to start learning Japanese for many months now. So you will be studying Japanese maybe when you reach there as a part of your curriculum, but it is not a requirement to know Japanese when you apply, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Shubh, are you a vegetarian? No.
Yes.
You're a vegetarian.
Yes, I am.
Does that worry you? Does that worry you? You will die of
That's
hunger.
primarily one reason that I'm being worried about. My family is really worried about me, because I haven't tried non-vegetarian as a full-time course meal. So I am kind of worried. But what I've planned is that I'll cook my meals. And that's the most appropriate way that I'm looking forward to it. But yeah, I have to keep my options open. So I'll become vegetarian or something. I'll explore my options basically.
Yeah. It makes sense. But this is another mental barrier students have, that if you don't eat non-veg, it's impossible to survive in Japan. But you went on Sakura Science Fair. How did you manage that?
There were various ways, because what happened was, in the breakfast it was quite difficult, but obviously I had breads. Breads are available every time, and there were milk, coffee, and everything is available. Although there was salmon and other kinds of fish that were available in the breakfast, so we usually took breads and everything in the breakfast, and then in the lunch, for the whole 7 days, we had sandwiches and French fries. And the dinner meal was quite different, because it was obviously provided by the hotel, and these two were provided by the school. So the dinner was basically, what had happened was the traditional Japanese dishes, tempura, and ramens were there. Ramens that was specially of soya, not of the pork and beef in them. It was expensive, but still, obviously it was funded trip, so we didn't have to think about the expenses. But yes, separately we did have ramens and everything also. There were vegetarians and rice balls were there. There were various dishes. Obviously, I don't know the names of all of them, but yeah, it was authentic Japanese dishes that were traditionally vegetarian. So
Mhm.
yeah, it was quite, okayish, I would say. Not delicious because I'm not fond of having the traditional Japanese food. But yes, it was something that you can survive on.
Right. So it's not like you will die of hunger,
Yeah,
right? I mean, you will figure your way
yeah,
out.
obviously.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, Shubh, coming to the course that you are going to pursue, which course are you going to study in Japan?
It's mechanical engineering with electrical and information technology. So it's a
Brilliant.
combination basically of mechanical, electrical, and I would say it's computer science.
Brilliant, brilliant. And how much scholarship did you secure?
I've received 50% scholarship from the university that applies on all of the barriers in the basically in the admission fees and the tuition fees as well.
Mhm. Specifically, Shubh, if you can talk more about your engagement with Education Japan, how we got in touch, and where did you find out about us, and how we helped you in your application and getting the scholarship.
It's been a long time since I've been with Education Japan, I think. So I think I came across. I was searching for the universities, and I came across your information on a website. I think it was mentioned on the university's website, and
Okay.
then I contacted you because one of my seniors who is also studying in Japan texted me that you have to message everybody you find any mails that you do because that's how you approach. And once because if you have to study outside, you gotta approach people. You have to be frank enough to approach. So that's what I did. Basically, I approached ma'am, and then we got in touch, and then we discussed all of the how to proceed further. What will be the how do we build on our CVs and everything, and then which universities do we target on, and everything we were built better. And then because of ma'am, I was fortunately able to get 50% scholarship also from the university.
Thank you, Shiv, for those kind words. It really means a lot. And for other students also, I would like to tell you that, filling the application again is not difficult. But like Shiv, if you want to increase your chances of enrollment and scholarships, and target the right set of universities, because you don't know the story behind, your application. You just fill it and send it. But what about knowing, how the screening processes work in each university? What are they looking for? How do you frame your essays? How do you uh, better your profile? So these are some of the services that Education Japan can help you with. So any message to students, Shubh, that you would like to give to students? Specifically to students who are sitting on the edge, they want to apply, they have been thinking about Japan, but they don't apply for whatever reasons.
There are various things that a student should focus on when you're applying for abroad. Basically, first of all, I would say you have to make up your mind if you want to go abroad or you want to study in India, because that's one thing I even tell my juniors when they are asking me for guidance, because that's something you have to focus on. If you don't focus that you have to study abroad, you won't be able to do it. And to be frank enough, I didn't even apply to any of the Indian colleges because I was so certain that I have to get abroad that I didn't even consider the Indian colleges. And then when you choose abroad, choose the country which you want to go to. So, as a matter of fact, I chose Japan because it was one of the best countries that is available out for study. Even for research, even for technological developments, medical is not supported by Japan as a foreign student. So, these are the two best areas I think that you should go in if you're considering Japan. And as a matter of fact, if you're going to Japan, consider a lot of things. That's not just you have to make an application and then it's done. There are various things, various factors that your application depends on. Basically, your CV, your scholarship forms, your scholarship essays, and the guidance. Proper guidance is required to build all of it. If you think that you will be able to do it yourself. Good luck, man. I wasn't able to, and means a lot of students, my friends who are going abroad, I weren't able to either. So it's best to have guidance from somebody, and I would say somebody like Deepthi ma'am would preferably increase your chances by a lot of percentage and then you will be able to go into a good college abroad.
Thank you, Shweb. I'm very sure your interview helped many students, clear their doubts about Japan.
Yeah.
And also, you are an inspiration because, you have been preparing. So I want to tell all the students that Shubh said, that we have been working on his application and enrollment for a long time now. So it takes time. So if you want good results, it will take time. So start your process early. Don't be late in sending out applications and getting in touch with us. Thank you, Shubh. It was wonderful
Thank you, ma'am.
speaking to you, and we will be meeting again, I hope. And
Yeah, obviously.
you will be leaving, so we will definitely meet before you
Yeah,
leave.
sure.
All the very
Sure,
best.
ma'am, sure.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
All
Thanks a
right.
lot.
Thank you. Yeah. Bye bye.